1017 FM, 710 KEEL, and the KEEL app. It's a free download from Office Furniture Source. Robert J. Wright and Erin McCarty, and standing by.
We've got Jill Gonzalez, an analyst for Wallethub.
I like analyst.
Analyst, yeah.
Congratulations on the promotion.
They pay me to speak, Jill. This headline, I struggle. Shreveport is 2018 seventh worst college city in America. Say it ain't so.
Where are we coming off the rails?
Unfortunately, yeah. Out of the 415 cities, Shreveport's 409th here. There's a couple areas for improvement. It's certainly not all bad.
Wait a second. We're seventh from the bottom, and you tell me there's a couple of areas from improvement? But if you look around town, we've got Centenary, we've got LSU Shreveport, we've got Bossier Parish Community College, Southern University. Excellent schools all. So where is Shreveport going wrong?
A couple of areas, well, a couple more, I should be honest. But one is the percentage of rental housing units. There's not a lot to go around, so a lot of people are going to have to live in surrounding cities to then come into Shreveport.
But pardon me, but they're commuter schools. So what you're saying is if there were more rental housing, that the colleges would expand and we'd get a greater number of students from beyond our area.
I think so. I mean, that's one thing that we've been seeing, especially with commuter schools really coming up now. They're cheaper options. More people are going to them than the other types of four-year universities out there. So that's one area where a lot of similar types of communities are doing better.
And another area that Shreveport can do better at?
The other here is overall the social environment. So we're looking at things like the percentage of 18 to 35-year-olds, enrolled students, single population, gender balance, all those things that you think of when you think of the social environment for colleges.
I see something on here that talks about our crime rate, putting us pretty high on the list. Does that run college kids off?
Yes, so we not only looked at violent crime here, property crime as well. Shreveport ranked 364th out of the just over 400 cities we looked at. So again, toward the bottom of these findings here, and safety now is becoming more of an issue, not only for students, but for parents too, when selecting the schools that they go to.
The city accessibility finding on here also shows, is that things like public transportation, Uber, ride share, etc.?
Yes, so biking, walking, public transportation, and the presence of rideshare, all of those things would come into analysis here. So not the most accessible city when it comes to things like that.
But so far, all of the problems that Shreveport seems to have don't seem to be academic related. They don't seem to be school related. They seem to be city infrastructure and, bluntly put, government related. Am I reading that right?
You are reading that right, because we haven't gotten to the academic part yet. So that's certainly obviously something that we took into consideration here. We not only looked at the cost of higher education, which is really pretty good in Shreveport, but we also look at the academic outcomes. So after these people graduate, what are the job scenarios there? The unemployment rate within Shreveport itself is pretty high, 6.6%. The national average is more like 4.1%, so that ranked low. We also have a lot of people leaving Shreveport to go find jobs elsewhere. And as far as any entrepreneurial activity, it's actually decreased in the last 4 years in Shreveport. So not a lot of people motivated to create their own businesses there.
Is there any good news?
There is. It's certainly not all bad. I mean, we talked about costs being one of the benefits to going to any of those schools in Shreveport. Hopefully, we're seeing that the academic outcomes can kind of match those costs and not just being a sense of you get what you pay for.
We're talking to Jill Gonzalez, an analyst with Wallethub. How do you gather your information? How do you gather the percent of part-time jobs available? Where do you guys stumble upon this data?
The source of your metrics, as it were.
Sure. So most of them come from different sources. Anything having to do with jobs, part-time jobs, and employment rates going to come directly from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. A lot of these stats come from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. A lot of things straight from the school itself, like graduation rates, et cetera. So it comes from a lot of sources, mostly governmental, though.
Could you name for me 3 cities that we beat? 3 towns across America, 3 college cities that we're better than.
That suck worse than us.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely, yeah. I need to give you a little boost here. Germantown, Maryland, Silver Spring, Maryland, Newton, Massachusetts, and that's 3.
And that's
Okay. So if you're queen of Shreveport, what would be the first thing you did to try to reverse this trend? If you could pick out one thing.
One thing, I really would think it's the academic and economic opportunities within Shreveport. So motivating people not to not only come there, but to maybe stay there and create their own business. A lot of that has to do with tax incentives and really grassroots groups helping students out.
Interestingly enough, you just pinpointed probably one of the 2 or 3 top issues in the 2018 mayor's race. Ms. Jill, thank you for your time very much. Wallethub.com, right?
Wallethub.com, yes.
Thanks, Jill. Appreciate your time.
Anytime. Have a good one.